Two Chinese warships just crashed into each other while chasing a Filipino boat, and the footage is absolutely wild. But here's what the mainstream media isn't telling you. This collision exposes massive violations of international law. Stay tuned as we break down what really happened, what the law says, and what this means for the future of Asia-Pacific security. On August 11, 2025, near Scarborough Shoal, the Philippine Coast Guard vessel BRP Suluan was escorting local fishermen. Suddenly, Chinese forces began a high-speed pursuit. The China Coast Guard vessel 3104 was seen chasing the Filipino boat, performing what officials called a risky maneuver. At the same time, a massive Chinese Navy destroyer, hull number 164, moved to intercept. And then, crash. The Coast Guard vessel slammed directly into its own Navy ship. The impact was brutal. The bow of the Coast Guard vessel was crushed, leaving it dead in the water. Here's the kicker. This wasn't just an accident. This was the result of illegal harassment under international maritime law. Let's break down why China's actions are illegal. Scarborough Shoal is 140 miles from the Philippines but over 500 miles from mainland China. According to UNCLOS, the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, this puts the shoal squarely in the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. The 2016 tribunal ruling declared that China's 9-line claim has no legal basis. The collision itself? That's a breach of the international regulations for preventing collisions at sea. Warships have a duty to avoid dangerous maneuvers. China's aggressive pursuit is considered interference with peaceful navigation. This isn't just about two ships. Since 2022, China has installed missiles and fighter jets on artificial islands. This crash happened while the U.S. Navy was conducting freedom of navigation operations nearby. Days later, the U.S. deployed 2 warships to the area. The real question, how long before these standoffs triggered the U.S.-Philippines Mutual Defense Treaty? Just last week, a Chinese fighter jet flew within 60 meters of a Philippine patrol plane. One wrong move and disaster could strike. With so many ships and planes in close quarters, the risk of a deadly mistake is rising. This wasn't just a maritime accident, it's a warning. China's illegal actions are destabilizing a region vital to global trade and security. Under international law, China has no right to chase Philippine vessels in their own economic zone. The world is watching. What do you think? Should the US and allies take stronger action, or is the risk too high? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit subscribe and ring that bell because this story is far from over.